Welcome to Week 1, or Module 1, for Education 638, Health Education for Teachers. And the purpose of this presentation is just to give you an overview of the weekly requirements and expectations. This information covers only the first week or the module, but a similar format is followed for all the subsequent modules. All assignments and posts will be due on Sunday at 11:55 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and no late submissions will be accepted, so be sure you are spending a little bit of time each week and not delaying working on this until the weekend, because you'll definitely lose points for that. So once you've logged into Moodle and have accessed our course information, scroll down the page a bit to the Module number 1 section, and you should have already listened to the introductory presentation and navigated around the top section to familiarize yourself with the forms and the resources posted there. In the Module 1 section, you'll see all of the forms I have listed, and we'll begin this section by discussing a nation at risk. And most of you are familiar with the childhood obesity epidemic, but there are so many other concerns as well when it comes to health, safety, and awareness. So as you complete your chapter readings, you'll cover a variety of health issues and health concerns and bring a lot of other things to light that seem to get shadow within the obesity epidemic, although that seems to be getting a lot of coverage. In addition to your required chapter readings, there are a few other assignments to complete, and it may seem like there's a lot of information, but just take it one thing at a time so you don't overwhelm yourself. The first section is your introduction to the form. And when you select the form link, you'll notice the expectations for this assignment. And the purpose of this form is just to get to know you a little bit better. Some of you may already know each other, and I may be familiar with some of you, but just post a little information about yourself. So you'll follow the directions here, and I have all the information there for you to complete. And you'll notice I also have a little fun assignment for you to create your own meme. What a meme can be an image, a video, a piece of text, or a comment that usually spreads across the internet. And what I like you to do is to create what I call, quote, said no teacher ever meme. And I have a link here for you to see some examples of those memes. So if you select the link, you'll see this comes up. For example, I'm all caught up, said no teacher ever. Also, I became a teacher so I could help kids pass the standardized tests, said no teacher ever. Or I became a teacher for the fame, money, and holidays, said no teacher ever. So since this is a health course, I'd like you to develop your own meme related to teaching health. You don't have to create an image or a graphic. You can just simply type it in within your response. And after you post your initial response, I'd like you to read any other student's introduction and respond to a minimum of one of those initial posts with your own comments. I don't want you to feel limited in one post, so if you'd like to respond to more or carry on a discussion with another student, by all means, feel free to do so. Those are what the discussion forums are really there for. Now, just a quick note. You might want to type your response in a Word document and then copy and paste it into the form, because oftentimes if you type directly into the form, there is a chance of you losing your work once you submit it. Moodle just does some funny things sometimes. The next form is updating your Moodle profile. And some of you may have already done this, but go ahead and read through the assignment guidelines and update your profile. Also include a description and even an image or picture of yourself. This will also help us know a little bit more about you as well. And keep in mind that all of your posts and comments should be academic. It is expected that you will demonstrate well thought, quality, academic, graduate level writing, as well as consider etiquette when responding to others. And in the next form, Healthier Students are Better Learners, there's an article by Bosch to read and a reflection post to create. You'll also respond to one of your classmates' posts there as well. And each time you have a reading assignment, you'll need to take notes as well. That's just a good habit to get into doing. In my experience, most students simply read the material while trying to multitask or do other things, and then they're not sure why they don't retain much information. So as you read, focus on the content, highlight, make notes, summarize important concepts, and take the initiative to reinforce information that you've learned, which means you may have to look up some additional information. You'll find that will be very helpful, not only in retaining information, but helping throughout the course. And then you're going to participate in a wiki. And looking at strategic health priorities from a student's perspective is the topic of this wiki. And a wiki is a web-based page that allows multiple users to be connected, add content, remove content, collaborate on an idea. And I've posted some information here I want you to learn a little bit more about on wikis. You can read the guidelines there to familiarize yourself with some wikis as well. Now, each time you add content to your wiki, you're going to click the Edit tab. Then you can type your response, whatever you have to say, and you'll be able to see everyone else's responses kind of stacked on each other. So always include your name at the end of your wiki so I'll know exactly who's been posting to that. Your responses here are part of your participation points, so don't forget to include your name. Next, you have your Chapter 1 assignment in which you'll post a reflection based on your Chapter 1 reading. So be sure you read the guidelines for this as well, and you'll need to respond to one of your classmates after you've posted your initial reflection. And this week, you have a quiz on Chapter 2. And the quiz is simply to check your understanding on some of the Chapter 2 reading. You will only have one attempt to complete the quiz. It's 10 multiple choice questions, and you'll only have 20 minutes to do so. So be sure when you start the quiz, you have accessed a reliable internet connection and you've set aside at least 20 minutes of uninterrupted time to complete the quiz because second chances are not allowed. Then you have your Chapter 3 or Chapters 3 and 16 reflection assignments. Similar to your Chapter 1 post, read the guidelines and expectations to complete this assignment. And here's where you will begin the scope and sequence charts on how to incorporate the health standards in your class. So you may want to focus on your particular grade level at this point, determining whether you are focusing or teaching elementary school, middle school, or high school, because as you begin to develop that scope and sequence, you want to make sure that that's focused. Then you have your module feedback information, which includes the Muddy Points form I'd like you to comment on. And all you need to do is include 1 or 2 sentences on what you felt were the important topics or concepts covered in this module, what things you may have been confused on, or something you'd like to know more about. And this information simply helps me in furthering the development of the course. Also, for data purposes, just take a second and let me know the estimated amount of time you think it took you to complete this particular module and all the requirements in it. And this is for my own statistical purposes that will help me with the course as well as program improvement. So that's pretty much it for this module. There's a quick preview of this week's expectations. If you have any questions or any concerns, always feel free to email me or post in the Q&A form or contact me by cell phone. So I hope you have a great week. Take care, and I will see you online.